Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is John Joseph, the founder and the CEO of Outlaw.fx. So today we are going to do the market weekly breakdown, and we are going to start straight away to the news. Start from the news. On Monday, we don't have high volume. We have only medium volume news. On Tuesday, we have a USD, CMB customer conference, and we have AUD, CPI, and IUD mean CPI. On Wednesday, we have CAD news with a high volume, USD, M4C statement, and also we have M4C press conference. Thursday, also we have USD. So I kind of like to look on USD pairs this week because I believe on this week we have much volume and we are going to have big movements on USD pairs. Also, CAD, Friday we have GDP, and we have also another USD core PCE price index. In general, on the way I'm looking at these pairs, news pairs, I believe we are gonna have a big movement on the Audi, USD, and also CAD pairs. So let me shift myself to the charts. I'm going to start with DXY. So on DXY, we had a very ascending. We have a very trade with compressive market start to show the bearish side. I believe this ascending channel is come to an end. Anytime maybe we're gonna have like minor push to the upside, then we're gonna break this channel and then we're gonna retest, then fall to the downside. Come to our 4 time frames. You can see last week we had a nice push and retest. So for me, what I believe, we're gonna have a smaller retest around this area here. Then we are good to go the downside, because as you can see the way the market is moving, we have already a break market structure around this region here. We had a high, low, high, I mean low high, high. Then if we fail to make another high, then we come and break this structure here. Very minor structure, but it's break this structure, and we had an impasse. As you can see, the movement of the candle, they are very big. And then we had a small retest. So for me right now here, what I'm waiting for, I will want to see how the market will react around that this area here. I can go to the lower time frames. So what I'm waiting for, I will like to see another push to the top around this region, maybe on Monday. Then we are good to go for the sell to make another lower low. And from there, I believe we are bearish on the XY. So coming on another trade, which is Euro USD, which is in opposite direction. So as I look at the DXY as a bearish, also I'm looking at Euro USD because they are very correlated, almost 90%. We want to see something like this to break out on this ascending channel. It just took like from 25 June up to 23 July. It's almost a month. We had a very strong ascending channel. So for us, last week we call and trade on buy, and I believe we are on break even right now because the markets, we call and trade, and the market shoot to the top, then come back very strongly after the news on Wednesday, so on Friday. So we want to see how the market will tackle this area here. Maybe we have a double bottom around this area. Then we will have a impulse to the top, break of market structure, then retest. Then we can go to the top. So for me, I'm bullish on Euro USD, my favorite pair also. Coming out on USD CHF, we are in the profit. We call out this trade around that region, and now I think we are running 32 pips. We had a massive bearish, and then we break a structure around this region here. The market structure was working around this region here. So we had a impasse. This is the correction. You can look at the candle. We had like 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 candles to reach this area, but we have multiple correction candles to reach at least 75% of the retracement of this bearish, and to cover this imbalance area. And you can see how the market reacted this region. We had the first week, second one, third one, then we had a push. We break market structure. Then, as I was anticipating, we can break market structure at this level. Then we're gonna have a small pullback, then another bearish. So right now we close with a bearish momentum, and for me, I believe start from Monday we're gonna see much more volume to the downside. So that's my way of seeing the market, and I believe we are going to tap this 0.9 psychological level. So your USD CHF for me is bearish. Moving on, USD JPY, it's a be very trouble and very tricky pair. First time we took our trade around this region, then we close around here, some partials. Then the market start to move to the upside. We take another trade around this region, I remember. And then it took us where the stop loss of 30 pips. Then we had another push to the top, and then we predict that market will come to tap these liquid levels here. And now we are in the situation like double top here, because we don't know how the market will react at this price. So for me, still I'm in bearish if the market will continue to be that bearish, because for me, I can look from the left and you can see it's the potential area where we, with a multiple rejection around this area, like 1, 2, 3, and this is the first one, but we close daily with a strong candle. So for me, what I'm thinking for, I will wait until the Monday daily close, then I will seek for more and to know where the market will go. But in a real way, for me, I think this zone can handle this pressure. So if you get multiple confirmation around there or break of market structure on the lower time frame, such as like H1 or H2, maybe we can have something like this. We can have a continuation to the downside. So for me right now, also bearish on this pair. Even H4, it starts to show doji and decisive, another candle doji. Okay, so for me, still I'm looking for the bearish side. Okay, moving on JP bracket. JP bracket is show it's like a DXY, but for JPY. So at this moment right now, we can see the market is very bullish. We break market structure around this region, then we make a lower high. This is a high, another lower high. This is a high, lower high, small pullback, then a high. So for me right now, I will want to see how the market will handle this level around here. Maybe we can have another high to take this another high. So for me, I would think maybe we can have something like this. So for me, JPY is still bullish unless we take these lows around here. So in any place right now, I would like to see even here market maybe can go, but if we go beyond this one, then we will change our way of thinking or our way of looking at the market. But right now, still I'm bullish. Now moving on to CAD JPY, which is JPY correlated bracket. You can see I say we are bullish on CAD JPY. We own JPY bracket. Then if we are bullish there, I think this can affect the CAD JPY, so that we can have a bearish momentum. Let's see how the market is moving on. Start from the weekly time frame. We kind of come to test these highs. We test them, break market structure. Also, right now we are in this like order block around here. We managed to tap this all the way, and you can see how the zone is very strong, how the markets come and tend to react at that place with its level very, very good rejection around that area. This is show that this place where it has high amounts of volume of buying momentum. So maybe sometimes even you can see around this region we can have a very bullish market. So for me, until now, unless the market come and break this lower and close below with a body candle, then I will look for maybe bearish. Though we can go to the daily, we see how the market is reacting right now. It's kind of tricky. So in this situation, we can see that this is the bullish candle, the doji, which break market structure, and we are going up. But at the same time, you can see this was low high, then high. Then we come below, we fail to make another high, we break this. So it's kind of shifting of momentum. Then we get a bearish around here. I remember we called this trade after from this high to this low. Then we got the retest here. We sell at this moment. Then we close our trade, and then we are waiting for. Right now, we do not see a big pullback to this area here, but we believe that this is the area, the lower low, this is a higher low, and then the markets come to this order block, and then we move to the top. So for me right now, I would like to see how the market will react at this place. If the market will react very well at this place and show sign of changing of market structure, then I'll look for the sell to come and take another place at this level here. I'd like to see how the market come and react this level here, because it can show something change, like because that level is very strong, but we had a break of market structure around this area, which was caused by this volume from downside here. So this is the change of market structure, but this is where the move start. So I would like to see how the markets come to that area. Maybe we can have a change of market structure, then we continue to the upside. So for the next week, I would like to see something like that, or maybe we manage to break this higher, then come to these lows, show like change of market structure, then we can continue to go up as the big time frame shows we're in the bullish. Moving on to our DJPY. Also, our DJPY for me is kind of our DJPY. Let's start with daily time frame. We have already see we had a high, very simple strategy. Had a high, lower low. Sorry guys. Lower high, lower low, lower high, then lower low. And at this point, we have already know that we are in bearish momentum, and unless the markets come and take some of these, when the markets come and take this, like take and break this structure around here, this low high, then come for the retest, then we can continue to go up. But overall, right now, we're in bearish. So for me, I would like to see continuation of going downside. So I can use right now, I can use my Fibonacci tool from this high to this low. Okay, it's from this high to this low. Use the week, and we see this week is around our concerning level with, which is aligned with the 71, 67 and 61. So for me, I would like to see how the market will react at that place. Maybe we still have a chance to move things around. Maybe we can have a last push to top, then we can come and take these lows here. For me right now, Euro JPY, I would like to see the bearish sides take more orders around this area, and we're gonna continue to go to the downside. Okay, moving on, CAD CHF. CAD CHF, start from the weekly. We are on the bullish momentum, but we want to see how the market will react at this level here, because we see we had a small imbalanced region here, and you can see we had a high and low, then we failed to make a high, then we break the structure around this region, but we did not come to tap these levels here. So this is like our main level I'm looking at right now. I don't want to look for another places. So going to the daily time frame, we see that level it did not be taken out, and this is the clear level where it's break all this structure up to here. So for this week, I would like to see how the market will react at two different levels. I can define that one. I would like to see how the market will react on 2 different levels. And mind, we tap this order block which break market structure and move to the top, but we can see we had like structure shifting with the market. So we are in kind of bearish, and we react very well at this order block around here. So for me right now, I'm indecisive with this pair. I would like to see how the market will react at this level here. Also, sometimes market can surprise you. It can go up to this level and continue to the downside. So for me this week, I would like to see how the market will react to those 2 places. They're very 2 places with very high chances to be taken out. As you can see, the move starts from this one. We break structure around this, then we kind of base, then drop, consolidation again, drop. Right now, what I would like to see, on lower time frame, change of market structure around this risk region here. Then maybe you can continue to the downside and create a good condition for the buys. So for me right now, I would like to see mostly my move. Yeah, then maybe we can have a change of market structure here. Then we can continue because overall it's bullish. I have like multiple ways of looking at the market, but by looking at the market, I don't think the market will continue to reach this high, because we see the kind of candles they show less momentum. That is how I filter myself. I like to look at the momentum candles. We have a very good bearish candles than bullish, and you can see the move is taking so much time to reach at the top. So for me right now, I would like to see something like this for the whole week and coming week. KDCHF for me, this is my looking at, and that's the only thing I'm looking at right now. I like to see how it's played. Moving on the Euro card, we had a nice rally from the bottom. We kind of breaking market structure, then we take our trade, first trade here. We close around this level. Then we had a nice bearish candle. So for me, still, I'm looking for bullish, because we had a nice movement here. We break market structure, then markets can continue going down. So Euro card for me, I would like to see also moving to the down, maybe start on the Monday, Tuesday, then create a structure change. Then you can continue to go to the downside and the upside end. Sorry guys. The funny thing, I don't like to trade trend line because of this one. You can see how the, sorry guys, okay. You can see how the market react at that level. Some people could take at this level, and it can be a trap. The market can continue to go to the downside, and change of market structure is very important. Then you can see the market continue to move to the downside, because it's want to take some people who take trades along this area here to go into the downside. That's why most of times, even you can use on your Fibonacci levels, unless the 100% is not taking out, start from the low to the top, still you have a chance to continue to trade at this place, because we did not take these lows. So we are on the zones, but as sometimes markets can come to the bottom, until to the bottom, then continue to go into the upside. And it's happened to many ways. It can happen many ways unless you're not good looking. Like this area here, you can see how the markets come all the way almost to the downside, then move to the top also here. So for me, I think we have a still chance of going to the top. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, NZUSD, NZUSD. We kind of have a rough week. We are moving on this block here. We did not take in these highs or going low, and finally we managed to break this box around here, which is the consolidation area. And for me, I was looking at the cause of breakdown of this box, and I found this was the cause of break of that market structure around the region. Then we moved to the downside, so we come and tap this area here, and we did not call this trade because it was confirmed very late, but we can see we had a ascending channel here. We had a nice change of market structure. So for me, I'm looking bearish on this trade. I would like to see how the market open, maybe 2 candles, then a 1 hour time frame, maybe, or 4 hour time frame. Then I'm going to end out this trade. Even you can look on, we have such as head and shoulder, something like that, and we tap at this region. So for me, this is the sell, potential sell, and I believe we can continue to go into the downside, maybe tap to this weekly level here. Okay, NZD card, we such as we had a good rally in this pair. We break market structure, break of market structure here. We had a retest to the downside, and we got this trade. We close out with 8 risk ratio. Then some of my friend took up till 9 risk ratio. I remember something like that, because we had this very minor stop loss, like 20. And then right now, I believe we are coming back to test these lows around this area here. Maybe we can come and test this low, then we can continue to go into the upside. This is the only thing I'm waiting for. So I will update on Monday. I don't want to update right now because I don't see the clear chance on this trade. This trade, we have clear room. We can continue to go to the downside, maybe up to this level here, maybe this level here. We can use some, yeah, we can continue going to up to that level here. So still, I'm waiting for the market to continue to downside, make change of market structure, then we can go up. Moving to NZD card, NZD CHF, we had a nice trade. We take some pressure around this region, and then we had a pullback. And now I think we are ready. But what I'm waiting for on this pair, I would like to see minor pullback when the markets open, kind of to take this. So what I'm looking for right now, I would like to see small pullback. Then we can continue to go to the downside. Maybe we can get around 9 risk ratio. If you're careful, you can get something like 8 risk ratio, because the stop loss is very small, 20 pips. So what I would like to see is a pullback, then we can continue to go into this downside. Okay, another trade is euro Euro Audi, I can move to daily time frame. Still, we'll break market structure. We're gonna retest around this trade. We took our trade around this area. Right now, we can use our Fibonacci level from high to low, and this is the area I'm looking at. I can draw some box around here. Let me use this block here to show where I'm looking at. This is the area I'm looking at. Wherever happening at that level here, that's what I'm waiting for. But I see clear deep retracement. Maybe sometimes you can come and tap this order block here on the euro out, and this will be my favorite pair, because we can achieve something great. Maybe we can get up to 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio if you can go and look for much deeper retracement. You can have those 1 to 14, 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio. So for me right now, I would like to see how the markets come very deep to this area and tap, and it can take us to the top here. Euro Audi, this is what I'm looking at. Euro GBP, one of the biggest trade up to looking at. Okay, start on the weekly time frame. We had a bullish structure. We break market structure. We had you can see the volume of bullish. We had 1, 2, 3 candles, and bearish we have 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks of bearish. Then we had a bullish, and we closed with a wick, very big wick. I think this week is gonna be filled, and we are looking at this candle, last candle before bullish. This was a momentum area. Moving on daily time frame, we can see we break all the structure around this region. We had a impulse correction. This is like very good break of market structure, bearish, bullish. Then this is show like we have already changed the structure. For those who are using trend line, you can use a trend line to show that the trend has already changed. But this is like a minor pullback because we had a very good trade. Then we can continue to go to the down upside. So this is what I'm looking at. So the way I'm looking at right now, it's undecisive. Still, I would like to see how the markets continue to go into the downside and tap this candle here. We have already tapped like once, but there's no clear changing of market structure right now. So for me, what I'm waiting for, let me clear my chart. I don't want to have like many things on the chart now. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now here is this, because this is the movement which show we had a very good break of market structure around this level here. So for me, I'm not going to go for the details, but what I'm looking at is something like this. And we can go to the upside, all the way to the upside. So my Euro GBP is one of my best trade. Next week, GBP card still we show significant break of market structure around this region, but sometimes the order must be come and taking to be filled. So what I'm waiting for is to see something like this. This is kind of undecisive. We had a bullish, and right now we are like in the box. Very uncomfortable area to trade. So on Monday, I'm not going to look at this trade, but for me, still it's a bullish. If the market is resisting that area, I think we're gonna have another push to the top side and take this area here, then continue to the downside. And this will be a very good place. If you can look at also the Fibonacci levels. Yeah, it's around the 67 and 71. So for me, still I'm looking at that region. Okay, there's a place to look at the market. Okay, GBP USD. GBP USD for me still is on the sell side. We break market structure around this level here, and can use our Fibonacci level to find the area to trade with. Okay, and we are around that area. Yeah, so for now, still I'm looking at this area. I can extend this one to this week around this region. So for me, still it's a sell. Also, I would like to see push to the top, then change of market structure, maybe something like that. Then we can go to the downside. So like this. Okay. So for me, this is GBP USD, GBP CHF on the premium. We had a nice trade to the downside. We broke market structure. Right now, we are this middle. We took some partial around this area here because we are moving a stop loss up to here. Then we're taking out, and this was like 1 to 5 risk ratio. So for now, what I'm looking at is how the market we can hold this level here, and maybe we can have a, if we can have a break of market structure, something like continuation of this and retest, then we can continue to go to the downside, such as how the market reacted this region here. We had break market structure, we come to test one twice, we had a bearish. So this is how what I'm looking at this region. Can have a break, retest, then go to the downside. GJ still, even me, GJ for me is very, very bearish. We had a simple break of market structure. I can continue only whatever. This is the place, and top very well. So I would like to see something like this, then we can continue to the downside. It's a matter of looking at the structure only, because for me, I think the good indicator for the market is looking at the structure, and you can see how the market is very bearish, 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 and bearish. So for me, still is bearish unless the market break these highs. Still we are bearish until the market break this highs to that top, maybe. Still we are in a bearish market structure. Almost we can come on top this level here. On another pair, which I believe this will be my last trade pair, is USD oil. USD oil show kind of very bearish momentum, and last week we correct all the big movements. Start from 1, 2, 3, 4 from Tuesday. We had a very bullish market structure. So for me, I can go to the lower time frame and look for the possible areas where the market maybe can come and tap those levels and show. We had this level here, but I don't think if the market can hold for such a long time. But we can look on this imbalance area here, which I believe the market leave the gap. So for me, this is what I'm looking for. I just want to see how the market would react at this imbalance level here, because we can see we don't have a buys or sell around that level here. It's empty. No one is there. No one is going to look. And this is what the most thing I'm looking at. I would like to see how the markets come on top this level here. Maybe we can have a small change of market structure on the lower time frame. Then we can continue to go to the downside. So let me show my pattern. This is like one thing I like to see. Push, trace. Okay, so show like small change of market structure. And we can go to the outside. So this is my looking on USD oil and other pairs. So welcome. I have an announcement from August. I'm going to release my subscription on the premium channel, where I will provide the signals, weekly market breakdown, and also weekly updates on every trade which I'm taking off. And also we will have some Zoom calls to teach you how I'm looking at the market. So for the subscription, I will update from next week, because I think the next week is the last week for me to give those announcements and everything. So good luck and stay profitable. Stay tuned. This week, I believe we're gonna have a solid, profitable week. So stay tuned and swim your freedom. Thank you.